every second that your partners and your technical staff take away from actually serving customers to do business development, or every second they put towards business development is time away from billable hours. You're stealing, one resource to use somewhere else. What is the activity of the business development professional that is so important to the everyday operation?
So that's a really great question. And as one of our locations grows, that mix that the partner is spending doing billable work and doing selling changes. Because it's really scary at first as you're getting to go start your own little practice, making sure you make enough money to pay the bills. And most entrepreneurs are just like that. So they're selling their widget, and they're not focusing on what they should be focusing on to grow. That's why I read a statistic the other day, something like 80 or 90% of businesses never hit over $1 million. And a lot of that is because you kind of get stuck in I got to pay my mortgage. So I got to just do this thing right now instead of thinking out, 3-5 years, even 3-5 months. So with our business development people, we have found a young college graduate, marketing communications, something along those lines. We don't even like them with a lot of experience because then they come with bad habits. We like them young and hungry, just like, hey, I'm excited to do this. They have no fear. They don't know better. They're not afraid of being told no because they haven't been told no yet. And so they just kind of jump right in. And then as accountants, we of course have figured out how to schedule every 5 seconds of their day. So there's a mix. There's a mix between what we've asked them to do and what we expect from them to do. And how we figured that out was an activity measure tracker. So each week they have the ability to get points for a meeting is this many points, a sales lead is this many points. And so in a very quick instant, without going through their calendar to see if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, I know that my business development person right now is Rachel. She needs to hit 100 points. So at the beginning of the week, she tells me I have 67 points scheduled for this week. I don't need to know exactly what she's doing all of the time. I just need to know she's well on her way. On Tuesday, she reports in, hey, I'm about 85 points this week. And so it's really easy for me to know. I know from history, because again, we're accountants, we've tracked the death out of it. We know if you hit about 100 a week, you're going to hit quota, you're going to hit the numbers that you need to be hitting. And so we've assigned values to each of those activities and figured out what the mix for us is. I've seen it work in a lot of other businesses, but by taking it, we kind of make it fun. It's kind of a game, like how many points can you get this week? We report to everybody. So it's having to be accountable and it's having to tell your peers where you're at. So there's some level of, it's not just my partner that I'm working with or my boss. I have to tell all my peers in the same boat where I'm at. I don't want to be the lowest.
So peers like nationally across the 19 offices? Okay.
Yep. So they interact a ton so that they can help each other, give ideas. We send out a lot of emails to the team. Hey team, have you run across this problem and how did you fix it? Because we feel like that's what helps them develop more, especially the more senior BDRs spending more time with the junior BDRs.
Interesting. So this is all, are you guys getting your business development team or the entire organization across 19 offices? Are you guys getting on weekly, monthly calls, or this is all happening and being tracked somewhere?
We have like an actual software that tracks it all.
Okay.
But then we have like 3 or 4 weekly calls that we do. We do morning calls, 7 a.m. morning calls every week. They're very scheduled. They're very routine. You report this number, we talk about this, and we talk about anything that's going on. So that's kind of what we do for the whole company.
Okay.
And then specifically in each market, the partner and the business development person, that's a really hard dynamic that we've found. So we have a very outgoing, very organized, excited person. Then we have a very structured accountant who wants to focus on what they're working on. And making them communicate is very difficult. And it's not because one's worse than the other. It's because they're completely different personalities. If they were to be in a room together, they would not be the ones that gravitated toward each other and talked. That's just not who they are. And so teaching them the needs for each other, the accountant needs the salesperson to help them get in the door and help break the ice and help them remember that Joe's birthday was last week and ask him how Hawaii was. That's what the business development person helps remember. The accountant brings the technical part to the table. So we sit in a meeting, the first 5 to 10 minutes, we're building rapport, we're talking about your trip to Hawaii, we're talking about your kids and what's going on. The small talk that's kind of more difficult for an accountant, And then the accountant jumps in with well, let's talk about your financial statements and what's going on with your profit and loss and all these things that then bring the technical side.
Yeah.
It's that mix that is just like the magic formula for us.
Okay.